What is going on, cat gang? It's your boy Harry here with only one cat, bringing you another one of the best videos on the internet. Today we're going to be finding out once and for all how far you can go using only the Commando plus supports on all three difficulties. But of course, before I get started, go ahead and do yourself a huge favor and smash that like button. You definitely won't regret it. First off, let me give a big fat shout out to FreezeDown for letting me borrow his account to make these Commando videos. As you guys already know, the Commando and the Frost Blaster are the only two event towers that I don't have, so none of these Commando videos would have been possible without FreezeDown's kindness. Let's give him a big round of applause. Alright, so I've done a few of these kinds of videos already using towers like the Accelerator, the Slasher, and the Gladiator, just to name a few, but this video marks the first time I've tried this challenge since the Forest Camp map got a remake. The path is a little different from what it was before, but I don't think the changes really impact the gameplay. Now, if you're not familiar with the Commando's stats, I'm not going over them here, so go ahead and watch the Commando rundown video that I just released. It covers the tower's strengths and weaknesses, which will give you a better understanding of why I fail or succeed here in this challenge. That video is linked in the top right hand corner of the screen right now, and it's also going to be down in the description below. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and tell you the tower's main weakness so you know what it is. It doesn't have any hidden detection. So I have got to use the minigunners at the end of the path to kill the hidden enemies just so I can even try this challenge. Now moving on, something really interesting happens during the normal and molten modes, so be sure you check out my commentary after I play on each difficulty to hear my analysis, because this has never happened before with any other tower. The supports I'm going to be using here are of course the Commander, the DJ, and the Farm. The Commander's Call to Arms ability is going to help the Commando's laser pistol shoot faster, but it's not going to affect its rocket fire rate. On the other hand, the DJ's range buff is going to boost the range of the laser pistols and the rockets, which gives this tower insane range at max level. Alright, before I let you guys dig into this footage, I'm going to tell you right now, one of the things that makes this challenge harder to do with the Commando than any other tower I've used so far is its extremely high placement cost combined with its extremely low damage per second. This means I had to play just right to even make it past the early waves without dying. It's a little easier to do this on the normal and molten difficulties since the enemies are weaker and I get a bigger wave bonus, but it really makes this challenge tough on Fallen. But now I'm getting ahead of myself. Go ahead and sit back, relax, and grab exactly one cat, and I'll see you right back here after each match. Holy cow, what a fail. I actually got to wave 22 on normal mode twice, but I just couldn't beat it because normal mode is actually the hardest mode in the game. The hidden starts spawning on wave 9 instead of wave 13, so I had to have a minigunner ready to go by then, while also balancing placing the commando, upgrading it, upgrading my farms, and getting my support towers down. And as you can see, I was only able to do all of this and place just 2 commandos, even though I did get 1 to max level. Eventually, I just got overwhelmed because of the high placement and upgrade prices for the tower, and also the cost of placing minigunners that could kill the hidden bosses was just too much. Ultimately, the commando is just too expensive and does too little damage for me to beat this challenge on normal mode, so let's go ahead and see how I do on Molten. It turns out that Molten mode is the perfect balance of enemies and money that allowed me to place the commando and upgrade it to kill the zombies without getting overwhelmed. It really helped my strat that I didn't have to get a minigunner down until wave 13 to kill the hidden enemies. This allowed me to put more money into upgrading farms earlier in the game, which ended up giving me more money overall, and I just put that money right into the commandos to be sure they were strong enough to win. Did you notice that I got all the way to wave 16 with just one commando? This allowed me to have a max DJ booth by wave 20, which gave my commandos insane range, and brought their price down to a reasonable level so I could upgrade them without breaking the bank. In fact, I only had to use 2 commandos all the way to wave 29. Once I was able to secure my base from hidden enemies with the minigunners in the back, I just went crazy with placing and upgrading commandos so I could get the most out of the splash damage the rockets do. And then by the time the final wave started, I had a huge army of commandos with massive range that are just shooting and launching rockets at the Molten boss. So he really didn't even stand a chance. I killed him so fast. Alright, now let's move on and see if I can take this strat to the Fallen mode and get the epic victory royale there too. Oh, I tried so many different ways to beat this, but the Commando is just too expensive to be able to survive while placing and upgrading it and having to get minigunners placed that can kill the hiddens. So the crazy thing about the Commando that I was talking about at the beginning of the video is the fact that I was able to beat Molten mode but lost on normal and Fallen. Shouldn't I be able to beat normal mode but lose on Molten and Fallen? Just don't think about it. It doesn't have to make sense. And just to reiterate this point one more time, the Commando is the most expensive tower to place that I've tried with this challenge so far, and that combined with the really low damage per second just sets me up for failure from the beginning. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash that like button with your forehead, hit the subscribe button with your big toe, and turn on notifications however you can so you don't miss any of my amazing upcoming content, and I will see you next time. Take care, be safe, and never forget what I always say, peace!